Hey guys, I wanted to go over just some Disney ideas with you guys this week. A lot of people have asked me ages I thought for kids. I can only tell you my thoughts on my ages for my kids. When we went, Ellie was a few weeks shy of 2. Casey was a few weeks shy of 5. Aubrey had just turned 7. And Trevor was a few weeks shy of 10. Trevor had no fear, wrote everything. Even if he was afraid, he still had fun and came off laughing, smiling. It was great. I would suggest going before your kid turns 10 because it does get a lot more expensive because at 10 they are considered an adult. When we go in April, he's an adult. He can eat adult meals. He'll have to scan his finger when he goes into the parks, and it's more expensive. It's a lot more expensive. I think the meal plan is a difference of like $20 to $50 or something like that. Yeah, go ahead, go potty. The meal plan is a difference of like 20 to 50. Tickets are more expensive, but he enjoys it. He has a lot of fun with it. And he is in all means ready to go to Universal, but we have little kids and they're just not. Aubrey was 7 and Aubrey was terrified to ride everything. Aubrey, you know, being 7, it's like you're at that age where you're really aware of everything and you're smart and you know what's going on, and I think that was really hard for her. I think Trevor at 7 would have been a little bit more brave, but I still think she was really kind of afraid of some stuff. And I know some kids get on stuff and have no fear, but I mean, we couldn't even get Aubrey on the Barnstormer. Casey was 5 and he was like, he had the to get on everything, but he was like scared during it, but then he got off and he was smiling. So I honestly think that like 4 to 5-year-old range, like once they hit where they can get on the majority of rides, that's perfect. You know, Casey could get on everything with the exception of like Rock and Roller Coaster, and I bet you he could have gone on those. But I think he was like one shy under the highest, you know, limit that they have. But he had a blast. He was awesome. But at that age, I feel like you still need a stroller. Casey has some delays, but I think even so he would have needed a stroller. So, you know, that was kind of something that we worked through. And we just rented a double stroller. It was easy. It was quick and painless. Ellie, if all I had was a 2-year-old, I would not bring them. She had to be in the stroller a lot. And she got fussy. And she was irritated. And she naps, but, like, she doesn't, like, need her nap, but, you know, by the end of the week, being off her routine and not having a nap and not having the foods she liked and having to be in the stroller a lot, she was done. She was pretty ticked off. And I think that the people that went with us, I think they were getting annoyed by her, you know, just being really fussy. But, I mean, there was nothing we could do. You know, it's just the nature of the beast. So I definitely wouldn't bring a 2-year-old if it was just my only kid. I think when they have siblings, it's a little bit easier. Where we were, I think like 7 is the magic number where you can ride most rides by yourself as long as you have like a family member near you. So like Aubrey and Trevor could ride rides by themselves, and then normally like I would be with Ellie and Jeff would be with Casey or vice versa. Age-wise, you know, it worked really well that Trevor and Aubrey could go off and ride the same ride together. Me and Jeff and I would be separate, and then we would have Casey or Ellie. Some rides we got to ride 3 to a cart, and that was fine too. You know, we would split it up by, you know, just like one big kid, one little kid, and then an adult. And even so, you know, we use the rider swap, and that's so easy. You literally either, you know, go at your fast pass time and scan your band, or you go through the regular line, and right when you're going in, like to the entrance, you say you need a rider swap, and they'll either give you a ticket or like a hanging thing, or I think those are the only 2 things we got. And then you can just go. And it was kind of nice because, like, a lot of times, like, Trevor and Casey would go with Jeff, and then we would sit back, and then I would get to go back with Casey and Trevor. So they would get to ride the ride twice, which was a lot of fun for them. Or, you know, some rides, I didn't really want to ride it, but, like, Jeff couldn't ride it, like, with all the kids. So it would be something like, you know, 2 of the kids got to go, and he would go, and then he got to go again with some other kids. And, you know, some kids may have rode it twice, some kids may have rode it once, but, like, we all got, you know, at least a ride on it, which was really, really fun. So that definitely worked really, really well. I do have a child with disability, and I did bring paperwork for the card, but I didn't feel that we needed it. Every single morning, Casey would break down. He was not a fan of I honestly think it was a matter of like, okay, the bus is coming, we have to hurry up and fold up the stroller, hop on the bus, and then we have to hop off the bus, and we don't know where anyone's going to sit, and it's really crowded. And then we get off the bus, and we're sitting in a crowded area trying to get, you know, like get through the gates and baggage and whatever. And then normally I would want to stop for a picture, and that would kind of throw him off. And then he was like full on breakdown crying. Shh. Full on breakdown crying, everything mode. So we would just go somewhere and find a quiet place where there wasn't a lot of people, and Jeff would either like bear hug him, or we'd let him just sit in the stroller and let him pull the shade completely over him and give him like 10 minutes. And he would normally be fine and snap out of it and then just be full on laughs and giggles and happy the rest of the way. And it worked. It was, you know, it was fine. So, you know, Disney, they're so accommodating. Like, if you're having a kid that's breaking down, just stop and figure out what's wrong with them. I saw so many moms and dads like rushing and running to a ride with their kid, like just crying, a mess, and it's not worth it. If you have to wait 10 more minutes, it's really not worth it, like, to have your kids crying. Like, and I'm one that, like, my kids, if they're breaking down the store, I'll be like, come on, let's just push through it. But in Disney, we stopped and we tried to make sure to calm everyone down and make sure that everyone was having a good time. We all had our breakdowns. I had a breakdown. You know what I mean? It's Disney. It gets overwhelming. It's hot. There's a bazillion people. It's a new experience. It is what it is. But, you know, just take your time and make sure the kids are fed. Make sure you have plenty of snacks. You know, I forgot to bring, like, I brought bars, but I forgot to bring the good stuff, like goldfish and apple slices and stuff like that. Well, we had apple slices, but the kids blew through those. So the beauty of us driving next time is I can stop at Target and just, like, fill up on snacks and stuff. But it does make or break your stay if your kids are hungry. And sometimes when they're breaking down, all you need to do is throw a fan at them, a juice box, and some goldfish, and it'll calm them down. That's all they need. So, that's my thoughts on, you know, little kids at Disney. I don't have goldfish right now. I'm talking. Yeah, that's my thoughts on kids. You know, little kids at Disney, ages at Disney. I mean, I think no matter when you go, kids will have a good time. I'm excited to go this time without any diapers. I think Ellie will be fully potty trained. You know, we'll need diapers for nighttime because I don't want my kids peeing in Disney's beds. I just think that was kind of gross. So I think that it'll be a different experience, you know, not having diapers and having that, oh crap, we have a toddler that needs to pee, we need to run. But it's a blast no matter what age you go at. Just make sure you're prepared, you know, with anything.